Welcome back to the terminal. Today, we're locking down the edge of your network. In Module 7, Lesson 4, we're tackling port security, the feature that decides which devices are actually allowed to plug into a switch access port and what happens when something unexpected shows up. Think of it as the first real gate between your users and your infrastructure, and by the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to configure it. So why bother locking ports down at all? An unattended access port is essentially an open door. Anyone can walk up, plug in, and start talking to your network. Port security shuts that down by restricting which MAC addresses are allowed on a given port, which means only approved devices get through, rogue switches and access points stay out, and classic MAC flooding attacks against the CAM table simply don't land. One important caveat, though, this feature applies to access ports only, never trunks or uplinks. Now, once you've defined who's allowed on the port, you need to decide how the switch reacts when someone breaks the rule. Cisco gives you 3 violation modes. Protect is the quiet one. It just drops the offending frames and says nothing. Restrict does the same drop, but also logs the event and bumps the violation counter, so you actually have visibility. And shutdown, the default, err-disables the port entirely, and it stays down until you manually shut and no-shut the interface to bring it back. Now, manually typing in every approved MAC address gets tedious fast, especially across dozens of access ports. That's where sticky learning comes in. You enable it on the interface, and the switch dynamically learns whatever MAC connects first, then writes it straight into the running config as if you'd typed it yourself. Save that with copy run start, and those entries survive a reboot. So Sticky really gives you the best of both worlds, the convenience of auto-learning with the permanence of static configuration. Let's put it all together on a real interface. First, force the port into access mode. Port security simply won't engage on a dynamically negotiated link. Then enable port security. Cap the maximum at 2 MAC addresses. Turn on sticky learning and set the violation mode to restrict so we drop offending traffic and log it without shutting the port down. Finally, show port security interface L04 confirms everything took effect. Your secure access port in 5 clean commands. And that's port security locked in. Up next, we'll tie this together in the Module 7 recap, where we revisit ACLs and switch security side by side to get you exam ready. If this lesson helped you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the recap. The full course is waiting for you over at Dargslan.com. I'll see you in the next one.